Welcome to Cat Chat alongside Sean Kelly. I'm Pete Francis, and Sean, it was a solid weekend for the NMU hockey team.
That's right. The Wildcats win in the South Bend to face off against number 8th ranked Notre Dame Fighting Irish, and they come away with 4 points this weekend. On Friday night, the Wildcats jumped out to a quick 2-0 lead with goals from Jared Brown and Ray Canisto. Matt Butcher added the third goal in the third period, and that would prove to be enough as the Cats won 3-2. Brian Stewart made 36 saves against 38 shots Saturday. On Sunday, the Wildcats came out. They lost 3-2 in a shootout, and NMU had goals by Jared Brown and Ray Canisto. Brian Stewart made 25 saves, but it wasn't enough as Mayday for Notre Dame scored 2 goals in the third period, and then they would take it in the shootout.
Yeah, talk more about the play of Brian Stewart, Sean. It was really nice to see him bounce back.
It was. He had a rough start to the season. He came away with 61 saves this weekend, which was a vast improvement over the series against Bemidji State. May have done him some good to see Reed Ellingson get some playing time against Ohio State last weekend, and maybe kind of gave Stewie, gave him the idea that the starting job isn't his for the year, even though he was named preseason first-team goaltender for the CCHA.
Did anyone else catch your attention this weekend, Sean?
Yeah, Ray Canisto came out and played very well. Canisto has 5 goals and 1 assist on the year for 6 points. Jared Brown also, he has 3 goals and 1 assist. And Eric Spady has 4 assists for the year. Mark Olver only came away with 1 point on the weekend, but yet the Cats still took 4 points, and that's the kind of production the offense needs to get going for the Cats to be successful here coming into November and December.
Well, this weekend, Sean, the Cats return home for a series against Nebraska-Omaha. What will be the keys to winning this series?
Well, Nebraska comes in. They were previously ranked 11th in the country. I think that's a little high. They started out pretty hot, but they've kind of come back down to earth. They're led by Rick Perslow, who has 7 goals and 3 assists on the year for 10 points. And their goaltending, they may be splitting some goaltenders, it seems. Sophomore John Faulkner's 3-1-2 with a 2.64 goals against average. And senior Jeremy Dupont has a 2-1-1 record with a 1.73 goals against average. So, again, it's another tough defensive team the Cats face this weekend at home against Nebraska.
Should be a great series. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, Brice Burge will be here to discuss the latest on the men's basketball team. Stay with us.
Can't get enough of Northern Michigan athletics? Well, you're in luck, because Cat Chat is Northern Michigan University's new television sports show, featuring highlights, recap, analysis, and interviews with all your favorite Wildcat players. Join us Tuesday nights at 9 p.m. on Marquette Channel 20, or follow us online at catchattv.org as we bring you the latest in Wildcat sports. Cat Chat, the UP's #1 sports show.
Welcome back. Joining me now is Brice Burge to talk some NMU hoops. And Brice, the men's team opened the season at 15th ranked Michigan, and it's kind of what you expected from playing a ranked Division I team.
The Wildcats went down to Ann Arbor and they lost 97-50, which can only be expected when you're playing a team like University of Michigan. But there were a lot of things that were done by both teams that can explain why the score was so bad. One of them would be the mechanics. The Wolverines were just a little bit faster and a little bit taller and a little bit stronger, and when that comes down to Northern style of play, it kept catching them off guard, and the shooting was off. A lot of the shots that Northern took, especially in the first 10 minutes, they looked off balance, they were off one foot, the angles were a little off, and they just weren't getting their shots to fall. But then Michigan would take it up the other side of the court and they'd be able to get them to fall. And also, when you have Manny Harris, the guard from Michigan, shoot his first triple-double, which is the second triple-double in University of Michigan history, that's kind of expected. A loss is going to happen.
What kind of benefits are there to scheduling a game like this?
One of the biggest benefits would have to be a no-pressure opening game. You're going on to a game against Michigan where nobody expects you to play good. And I guarantee you a lot of Michigan fans did not expect us to play as good as we did. They expected the double up. They expected triple digits, especially after what happened to us last year against Michigan State. But we held in there. We fought on our own. We stuck to our play style. And that's great because it gave us an opportunity to play someone with our style that didn't know every inner working of the way that our team does things, which when you practice yourself, the defense is going to know what's coming. Also, another reason is this is Michigan. A lot of the players come from the UP or from the Midwest, and to play a team that is both an in-state rival, but we also play in hockey all the time, kind of gives us a little bit of pride and an opportunity to play at that level that most people in the D2 level don't get to see.
This team was picked last in the GLIAC with a lot of returning talent. They could surprise this year.
NMU is the sleeper pick. They are the only sleeper pick, and they will make the postseason tournament this year in the GLIAC, and that's not a question, and I'm not wavering on that because we will. Now, how they're going to do that is they're going to do that with a healthy Chris Warner. And they're going to do that behind the most mature team in the GLIAC, who has a lot of experience because of its Canadian-based players that have had more playing time than anybody else in this league. I'm going to butcher this name, so I apologize now, but Sebastian Salah, he's going to be the sixth man off the year. He's going to have a solid year off the bench. And despite all of this, we've got the freshman of the year last year, Raymond McElroy. He's going to have a big season to complement the rest of the tools on this team.
Well, the tough schedule continues with another Division I foe as the team travels to Green Bay Wednesday to play the Phoenix. What should we expect from this game?
Well, a closer score is the first thing to expect. The Phoenix are an upper-class Horizon League team. That's the league that has Butler and Cleveland State. Both of those teams did very well in the NCAA tournament last year. And UW Green Bay, if they were in a lesser conference such as the Mid-Con, they would be getting that tournament berth. However, they lost a lot of seniors last year, and one of the other that they rely on, as in the Phoenix, they rely on solid guard play because they've got 4 solid guards in the backcourt led by Raymond Fletcher, but he only gets 25 minutes a game because he's in consistent foul problems. So for Northern to go in there, they need to get him in foul problems right away, try to take a charge or something like that. That will help the situations number-wise, but also stick to their zone defense and keep their guards back behind the three-point line because the zone is going to be able to get them to stop the guards from driving and force them to pass their forwards out on the wings, and those forwards can't make those shots.
Should be interesting to see how they do. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, Brice and I will hand out awards for the football team. Stay with us.
What's up, everybody? This is Mike Hanold with your Wildcat Sports Update. The women's volleyball team swept Grand Valley 3-0 on November 11th by the scores of 25-22, 25-21, and 25-18. The Cats advanced to the GLIAC semifinals in Hillsdale, but fell to Saginaw Valley 3-0 by the scores of 20-25, 17-25, and 15-25. Also this weekend, we have World Cup speed skating, where Paulo Antonono took the gold in the 1,000 meter, followed by Lee Jung-soo from Korea, who took the silver, and Charles Hamlin from Canada, who took the bronze. Also, Catherine Reuter took top honors in the 1500 for the women. I'm Mike Hanold, and you have just been updated.